Hi everybody, sorry the camera is kind of moving around, but welcome to day 7 of our 30-day challenge to get moving. And we're indoors today because I was really hoping to go to the park earlier today, and actually later this afternoon. It is now 4:33 p.m. and it is 109 degrees outside, so I don't think that I can go to the park because after yesterday's episode I almost passed out and it was only 105 outside, but it's still 109 at 4:34 p.m. so it's just not safe for me to be outside because it just is way too hot. In fact, earlier this morning my husband and I went to Home Depot and Harbor Freight, just kind of running some errands and stuff because we're doing a little bit of work on the house. And yeah, it just got to be way too hot out there, and we were going to stop by at the park to go for a walk, but that just was not going to happen. So anyways, bright sunny day where I'm at, but just too hot. And and it's kind of breezy outside right now too, and it's just not, it doesn't cool off at all. And when you get up in the morning, it's like maybe in the 80s. So bright and sunny, but that's at least more tolerable. I think tomorrow they're going to go back to the park and go for a run, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll take a walk out there, take you guys along with me. But anyways, we're indoors today. I'm feeling okay. I don't like to exercise in the afternoon because I'm just kind of a morning person. I prefer being active early in the morning. I feel like my batteries are nice and fresh in the morning versus the afternoon. In the afternoon, I'm just usually pretty zapped, emotionally, physically, everything, and I just kind of want to slow it down a little bit. So who knows, maybe if I do this short little walk today, maybe it'll kind of revive my spirit a little bit so that I don't feel so blah, right? Still got to get ourselves ready for dinner. Not sure what we're doing for dinner tonight. Definitely it's going to be nice because, it's the weekend. So, get to spend time with family. That's the most important thing. And like I was saying before, how, I'm not doing any kind of special diets or anything like that. Because I found it to be very, very stressful for me, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and if I stray at all from my diet, I feel like I just want to throw in the towel, so I'm doing everything I can to just not be stressed about anything, whether it's my diet, my hair, my skin, my hormones, my exercise, all of that. I'm just really trying to be more intentional, more appreciative, more grateful for being alive, grateful for the present time. And, life becomes a little bit more simple. And I think that was my goal, is to find a way to make my life a little bit more simple. And that was the only way that I could do it, was just to be more focused on being present. And so I feel like, personally, when I have myself on a diet, a certain eating style, right? Whether it was carnivore or keto or, gosh, I remember the South Beach diet. I remember Atkins diet. I mean, all kinds of diets that I've been on. I felt like I wasn't present and I wasn't appreciative of the moment because I'm so worried about what's my next meal, or what am I going to eat tonight? Oh no, I'm going out to dinner with my family. What if there's nothing on the menu that I want to eat or that I can eat? And let me tell you, I have wasted so much food, and I'm so humbled by the amount of food, but just by the experiences that I've had with food, and the amount of meals, the number of meals that I've wasted because, I didn't eat half of the plate, if probably 3/4 of the plate, right? Because maybe I ordered a steak and I didn't eat the mashed potatoes or didn't enjoy whatever else it came with. You know, I know that I could have had veggies with it, but you know, at that time I was on a carnivore diet. I remember being on a carnivore diet while I was on a Disney cruise. And you know, with all cruises, there's like the fine dining restaurants that they have on the cruise, and you know, of course we'll have those gourmet meals and everything, but it was hard to participate because I felt guilty because I was trying to follow a strict diet, and you know, I don't like falling off the wagon or having that mentality, right? So it was just really hard, you know, thinking back about that and the stress that I put my body through and myself through. Now, I'm not saying I sit and eat a whole cake. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not eating a very carb-rich food, carb-rich diet. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that I don't make my meals, my diet, be the central part of my existence, my day. You know, whereas before, being on a keto diet, I remember having to prep. Well, it started out with like paleo, I think. We started paleo or something like that. Again, before it was paleo. I think we were just trying to just eat non-processed foods. And it was great, felt great, but the amount of prep, you know, that we had to do, roasting vegetables, you know, doing all of that, it was really, really hard. And because it was, you know, a big overhaul on our style of eating. So we went from that, got stricter and stricter with our diet, went to, you know, like really limiting carbohydrates and kind of doing Atkins. Then we got into like keto diet. Then I went even more extreme, went to carnivore diet. And it's like, I mean, sure, it worked, you know. I will say a lot of it is just really being mindful of what you're consuming. And when you're mindful of what you're consuming, it's very easy, well, at least for me, it was very easy to lose weight or to get fit again because, or to get trimmed up again, because you're mindful. You know, you're sitting there going, well, you probably shouldn't eat that cupcake, you know, that kind of thing. Like, it's okay to have a cupcake when there's a birthday party or a celebration, but you know, to have a cupcake every day is probably not the best thing or the healthiest thing for my diet. You know what I mean? I hope that that makes sense to you. So these days, I just don't diet. You know, I just try to be a little bit more mindful of the food items that I'm consuming, because the goal is different now. The goal for me now is for longevity. It's not about trying to fit into a certain clothing, although after my accident, none of my clothes fit because I lost a lot of muscle. I lost a ton of weight. And so I'm trying to regain my strength, my muscle. My arms are kind of like noodly. I used to have better definition in my triceps, but I don't really have that anymore. But anyways, trying to regain my strength again, trying to not make my meals be like the center part of my day. It's just, you know, it's about my company. It's about, you know, spending time with my family. If my son wants to have spaghetti for dinner, spaghetti and meatballs, well, I'll make it. And guess what? I'm going to enjoy it. It's not like we have spaghetti every day, you know, spaghetti and meat sauce every day. We don't do that, you know. It's not like we have lasagna every day, but if that is what's on the menu, I'm going to enjoy it, you know. I hope you guys can hear me. I bought this microphone here, and I'm really hoping that it's isolating my voice a little bit better than, you know, just the acoustics, because remember I was talking about how everything echoes in this room. So hopefully this video, it's picking up my voice a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, so you know, in this whole overhaul of my existence, I'm working really hard on stress control, stress relief, doing things that are very intentional, being very grateful for what I have, grateful for my body, grateful for the people I get to spend my life with, grateful for the food that I have available for me, because I understand, you know, I know that not everybody, you know, has food. I'm thankful, I'm grateful every day to God, to universe, for providing for me and my family and giving us the experiences that we have, everything, you know. So I'm really just trying to slow it down a little bit, being grateful for the people around me, being grateful for my time to be able to do this, being grateful for the treadmill that I have. I understand many people don't have treadmills, and they don't have their only choice is to go outside, right? So just the little things, you know, keeping my life so much more simple. The friendships that I have, you know, I make sure that they are, that I'm intentional, you know, that you meet very few people in life who are just of substance, you know. And when you meet people like that, and you have those people in your life who want nothing from you except for just your friendship and your love, those are the people that you keep. You know what I mean? So these 10 minutes that I spend, these intentional 10 minutes that I spend, these are the things I think about. And it's interesting how we've done 7 days. And in these 7 days, I've been able to filter out a lot of things and really sort things in my head. Because one, I'm talking into a camera. It forces me to, I'm very auditory, and so it forces me to process things. And really, these 10 minutes that I spend every day, 10 to 20 minutes of just talking, it's like talk therapy. It really helps my mind get settled. It helps me really reconfigure or realign myself with the important things in life, keeping things simple. It's not about the complexities. I mean, I think I spent so many years doing that, and it doesn't really lead to anywhere healthy when you are so focused on creating a complex life, you know. It's not about those things, because those things you can't take with you. You know, it's the experiences, it's the little things, you know. Just keeping a simple life is really important. But anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for spending time with me and listening to me blab. Blab on and on for many minutes. I mean, we're at 13 minutes, 24 seconds right now, and whew, I'm so glad that I took the time to get on this treadmill and push the button and get moving. You can see my reflection in the back. Look how long my hair is, right? Do you see it? Long, long hair. So anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow morning, if we do go to the park, I'll do my filming there. Hopefully my dog doesn't get in another incident with another dog. My husband says he'll be present. He won't just leave the dog with the kids, because what happened was he had to jump, he had to run over to intervene when my dog was attacked by the pit bull. Anyways, he's still healing. Unfortunately, I took a look in his mouth. Oh my gosh, you guys. We took a look inside his mouth here. We pulled his cheek back and looked deep inside, and it's such a, it's such a deep gash, deep hole, and it's still healing. There's still a big tear in there, and we're at 7 days. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't even believe it. The hole in his neck is starting to close up, like the track where the bite was, because the tooth went straight up, because the dog clamped down and pulled his cheek and pulled down at it, and it literally ripped the inside of his mouth away from the bone. I didn't know it was that bad, because he was in so much pain. He didn't really want us looking in there, and my husband and the boys have been the ones to irrigate his mouth to clean it. And I have such a soft heart that I didn't want to be involved, because he's such a sweet dog. But he let us look in there, or he let me look in there yesterday, and it's still separated. I don't see bone or anything like that. It looks like it's healing, but obviously not completely healed. It doesn't look like it's completely adhered back into place. The flesh is still granulating over and trying to heal itself. But he's still on antibiotics. He's not on any more pain meds or anti-inflammatories. He's healing. He's tolerating what we're doing to him, or what the boys are doing to him, as far as giving him antibiotics and cleaning out his mouth and stuff. So hopefully tomorrow when we go to the park, he doesn't end up anywhere near that other dog. My gosh, if we see the other dog, obviously we're not even going to go into that dog park. We'll just stay away. But he plays with the same dogs all the time, but I guess apparently dogs are just that way. Sometimes they just don't get along with another dog, and it's not like there's no rhyme or reason. Maybe there's dog reason, but there's not, like, we can't predict, right, if they're gonna get into an altercation or not. So anyways, we'll be better prepared tomorrow, but I'm really, really hoping that I can take you guys to the park tomorrow, and then it'll be totally different, scenery than the inside of my gym. Anyways, let me know what you guys have been doing to take care of yourselves, what your goals are. For me, taking these 10 minutes for myself every day have been just such an eye-opener, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that I started doing this, and I know I go beyond my 10 minutes every time, but when I was sitting on the couch earlier, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. And that little voice inside my head said, it's just 10 minutes. Just get up and do it. And look at this. We're at 17 minutes. So that's really amazing. So I'll cut this off right now because my knee is starting to click. It's starting to, I don't know, kind of wobble a little bit, and I don't want to hurt it any more than it already is. So thank you for being here. I hope we can see each other again tomorrow at the park, and I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna push the off button here. Good job. Yay us, yay me, for completing my day 7 10-minute challenge. We went 17 minutes, 18 minutes really. Low speed, but enough to, get our spirits up. So great day today. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. And hopefully we'll be at the park tomorrow. Bye.